Secret to win laziness. 1. The secret to winning over laziness. Laziness is something that everyone encounters at some point in their lives, whether it's procrastinating on a big project, avoiding tasks, or simply lacking motivation to get up and start your day. It's a word that's often associated with guilt, frustration, and self-blame, but the truth is, laziness isn't a personal flaw. It's a habit, a behavior, and most importantly, it's something that can be changed. In this chapter, we're going to uncover the true causes of laziness, how it affects our lives, and most importantly, the secret to conquering it once and for all. 2. What exactly is laziness? First things first, let's define laziness. Often, when we talk about laziness, we think it simply means avoiding tasks or being too sluggish to do something. But laziness is much more complex than that. It's not just about being unmotivated. Sometimes it's about the mind's way of resisting things that feel difficult, uncomfortable, or overwhelming. Our brains are wired to seek out comfort and avoid discomfort. This is why we might procrastinate or avoid doing something that doesn't seem immediately rewarding, like studying for a test, cleaning the house, or completing a project that feels huge or overwhelming. At its core, laziness is often a defense mechanism against feelings of stress or anxiety. Think about it. When we are faced with a daunting task, our minds can come up with all sorts of excuses to avoid it. Maybe we tell ourselves, "I'll do it later," or "I don't feel like it today." But as time goes on, this habit of avoidance becomes stronger and harder to break. 3. Why do we get lazy? Understanding the causes of laziness. It might seem tempting to simply call yourself lazy and move on, but there are actually specific reasons behind why we feel this way. Recognizing these reasons is the first step in overcoming them. Here are some common causes of laziness that many of us experience. 1. Lack of clear goals. When you don't have clear, well-defined goals, it's easy to feel lost or unsure of what you should be doing. Without a clear sense of direction, tasks can start to feel meaningless. Think about it. If you don't know why you're working on something, it's easy to get sidetracked or just avoid it altogether. Imagine telling yourself, "I should work on this project," but not having a clear end goal or outcome in mind. It's hard to find motivation for something that doesn't have a tangible reward or purpose. 2. Fear of failure and perfectionism. Fear of failure is another sneaky contributor to laziness. Sometimes the reason we avoid tasks is because we're afraid that we won't do them perfectly. This fear of not living up to our expectations or other people's standards can lead to procrastination. It's almost as if we'd rather not try at all than face the possibility of not succeeding. Perfectionism is closely tied to this. If you feel that everything must be flawless before you can take action, you might put things off indefinitely. Ironically, this pursuit of perfection can lead to an even greater sense of inadequacy and further procrastination. 3. Lack of energy or poor health. Physical laziness often stems from a lack of energy. If you're not eating well, not exercising, or not sleeping enough, it's no wonder that you might feel sluggish and unmotivated. When your body isn't functioning at its best, it's much harder to summon the energy needed to tackle the tasks in front of you. 4. Distractions and instant gratification. We live in a world full of distractions. Social media, video games, TV, and even just random thoughts can pull us away from what we should be doing. The temptation of immediate pleasure is often too strong to resist, especially when faced with a task that feels tedious or challenging. When the brain is offered an instant reward, like checking Instagram, versus the long-term rewards of working hard, it can be easy to fall into the trap of procrastination. 5. Poor time management or lack of structure. Without a solid routine or structure, laziness can creep in. When there's no plan for your day, it's easy to let time slip away. This lack of time management makes it much easier to justify doing nothing or avoiding work. Having an open-ended day with no clear structure can leave you feeling aimless, and before you know it, the day is over without much getting done. 4. How laziness affects your life. While it may seem harmless at first, laziness can begin to have a serious impact on your life if left unchecked. Let's explore a few of the ways laziness can show up and cause trouble. 1. Missed opportunities. Laziness might prevent you from taking the actions necessary to advance in your career, improve your skills, or pursue your passions. When you're stuck in a cycle of procrastination, you're less likely to seize opportunities that could have a big impact on your life. This could mean missing out on job promotions, exciting projects, or even personal growth experiences. 2. Increased stress and anxiety. While procrastination can offer temporary relief from stress, it often leads to greater anxiety in the long run. When you keep putting off a task, it becomes bigger and more intimidating. Eventually, the pressure to finish it can be overwhelming, causing more stress and ultimately making you even less motivated to start. 3. Damaged relationships. Laziness doesn't just affect you. It can affect those around you, too. If you're neglecting responsibilities at work, home, or in relationships, people will start to notice. In a personal relationship, if you continuously fail to follow through on commitments, trust can be eroded and frustration can build. At work, laziness can lead to missed deadlines, which can have a negative impact on your reputation. 4. Decreased self-esteem. When laziness becomes a habitual response, it can start to chip away at your self-esteem. Constantly putting off tasks, failing to meet your own expectations, or feeling guilty about being unproductive can leave you feeling inadequate. Over time, this can lead to feelings of helplessness and a lack of confidence in your abilities. 5. The secret to overcoming laziness. Now that we understand what laziness is and why it happens, let's dive into the real secret to conquering it. There's no magic pill for overcoming laziness, but there are concrete steps you can take to break free from it. It all comes down to habits, mindset, and simple strategies to get you started. Here's how. 1. Set clear, specific goals. One of the best ways to defeat laziness is to set clear, specific goals. Without a target, it's too easy to wander through your day without a sense of purpose. Make your goals specific, measurable, and time-bound. For instance, rather than saying, "I want to be healthier," try saying, "I will exercise for 30 minutes every day this week." Breaking larger goals down into small, manageable steps is crucial. Each small task becomes a stepping stone that builds momentum, and soon you'll be moving forward without even thinking about it. Celebrate each small success along the way. 2. Use the 5-minute rule. Sometimes the hardest part of a task is just getting started. To overcome this, try the 5-minute rule. Commit to working on a task for just 5 minutes. The idea is that once you start, you'll find it easier to keep going. Often, once the momentum is built, you'll continue working far longer than 5 minutes, and the task won't feel as daunting. 3. Create a routine and stick to it. Routine is your friend when it comes to overcoming laziness. By creating a daily routine, you reduce the number of decisions you have to make about when and what to do. A routine helps structure your day, making it easier to stay on track. Plan your day with time for work, exercise, meals, and breaks. The more consistent you are with your routine, the less you'll have to rely on motivation to get things done. It becomes a habit. 4. Focus on small wins. Sometimes overcoming laziness isn't about tackling the big stuff, it's about finding joy in the small victories. Whether it's checking off a task on your to-do list, finishing a workout, or making progress on a project, celebrating small wins can help keep you motivated. These little successes create a sense of accomplishment and will fuel your drive to tackle bigger challenges. 5. Take care of your physical and mental health. Taking care of your body is essential for overcoming laziness. When you're physically exhausted or unhealthy, motivation is hard to come by. Prioritize sleep, eat nutritious foods, and exercise regularly to ensure your body has the energy it needs to take on challenges. Additionally, don't forget to nurture your mental health through relaxation, mindfulness, or activities that bring you joy. A healthy body and mind are essential tools for fighting laziness. 6. Hold yourself accountable. One powerful way to overcome laziness is to create accountability. Tell a friend, family member, or coworker about your goals and ask them to check in with you. Knowing that someone else is expecting you to follow through can give you the extra push you need to stay on track. 7. Remove distractions. We live in a world full of distractions, and it's easy to get sidetracked. To combat this, try to eliminate distractions when you need to focus. Put your phone in another room, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, or create a dedicated workspace where you can be productive without interruptions. Conclusion: the key to overcoming laziness is action. Laziness can be a difficult habit to break, but with the right mindset and strategies, it is entirely possible to overcome it. By setting clear goals, breaking tasks into smaller steps, creating a routine, and taking care of your health, you can defeat laziness once and for all. Remember, overcoming laziness is not about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about taking action, no matter how small. Every step forward counts, and soon enough, you'll find that laziness no longer has control over you.